Hey, this is Florian, Online Tennis Instruction. Today I want to give you 2 tips on the chip return. The chip return can be extremely effective at all levels of play. We can use it to neutralize big serves, or we can use it to chip and charge and attack the server. Okay, we'll begin here with the forehand chip return from the front angle. There's going to be a very fast serve coming to my forehand. It's a very short backswing here, and this is what I want you to take a look at. The racket face is relatively flat at contact. It's only open a few degrees, and that is very important. From here, it then moves down a little bit, but then I finish up high again, and that's the second important thing I really want you to focus on for that chip return. Okay, let's take a look at the chip return from the side view here. This time I'm pulled really wide. And the first thing we see here is that the backswing is relatively short. The racket really doesn't go far back. And now take a look as I swing forward, and here at contact the racket face once again is relatively flat. It is only open by a few degrees. So I'm not trying to put a ton of underspin on this chip return. And here at the end you can see that I finish up high, and that is so important in order to get depth on those chip returns. Okay, let's look at a backhand example. Now the dynamics here are slightly different. Because of the grip, the racket face is a little more open, and therefore the swing path is a little more downward on my backhand slice or chip return. Now that being said, you still want to try to get the racket face relatively flat at contact, which you can see right here, and then you also want to try to finish up high. It's not going to be as flat at contact as on the forehand, and the finish is not going to be quite as high, but you still want to aim for that. So here you can see the swing is a little more down, but then I still come back up at the end, and that is extremely important. You want to try to finish up high, come back up in order to get depth on those returns. Okay, let's take a look at the side view. This will be great to look at the racket angle at contact. Okay, take a look right here. That racket face is almost vertical at contact. It's slightly open, just a few degrees. Now you don't want it to be fully vertical, but it's only a few degrees open, and there's not a ton of underspin on this shot. And then here at the end you can see that once again I really try to finish up high to come back up with that hitting hand in order to get depth on the return. Alright, so much for the 2 tips on the chip return. It can be an extremely effective shot at the club level. Just make sure you keep that racket face relatively flat and that you finish up high. Do you struggle to get enough power on your serve? In the past 2 years I did over 200 serve video reviews for my online students, and I realized that all of my online students struggle with one of 2 key serve power movements that are responsible for the large majority of the power on your serve. To find out more about these 2 key serve power movements, simply click the link inside this video right now.